This one is called Tired of Third Wheeling, and it is time sensitive. I like to stay anonymous. I don't know if who I'm talking about watches. Hey Bill, first of all, I love your content. You always make me laugh and you serve looks. I freaking try, okay? Congratulations on the beautiful family. Let's get into it. Thank you, thank you. So I made friends with this girl I've had some classes with throughout my major, and we have really hit it off. I'm a Pisces and she's a Taurus, so you know that energy. I sure do. I haven't seen her since classes ended 2 months ago, and tomorrow was supposed to be our date to hang out. You know, live our magical black girl lives and shit. I asked her what time we're meeting, and she tells me she has to work, but I should spend some time with her girlfriend, and then she'll meet up with us later. I just don't know her very well. I have no issues with her girlfriend, and I don't know her very well to spend a lot of time with her, and I was really looking forward to just some friend time. Her girlfriend is a nice person, but she's mad quiet. How am I gonna pull teeth to have a conversation? This wouldn't be the first time I've third wheeled with them. We've gotten ice cream and all that. To add to it, I'm not even gay. I have a whole ass man of almost 5 years. Hey, Zaddy. So I don't know what the issue would be with hanging out with my friend solo. How do I tell her I'm not trying to third wheel? Thank you so much in advance. Signed, sick of this shit. Listen, if I was a lesbian, my bitch would look like me, bitch. I'm so sorry about it. Like, she would have to be beautiful. Like, she'd have to be, like, feminine AF. Anyway, like, I don't get being a lesbian and dating a woman that looks like a dude. Like, I don't get it. I mean, the only thing you could do in this situation is be straight up. Like, you just have to say, I don't want a third wheel. I only want to hang out with you. If that's not okay with either of y'all, then I guess we're going to have to reorganize this friendship, or we're not going to be friends, because I truly don't want to hang out with all three of us. I just want to hang out with you. You're my friend. I always hang out with my other friends. Solo dolo. I don't see what the problem is. You just have to be honest about it. This is not something you can really beat around the bush about. You have to just be like, look, I don't want to hang out with your girlfriend. She cool, but I don't vibe with her the same way I vibe with you, and I'm really not interested in hanging out with your girlfriend. If you're not allowed to have friends that are girls, that's what your girlfriend's saying, well, sis, you need to leave your girlfriend. But if you're not allowed to have friends that are girls, then I don't think that we can be friends, because, you know, this is not a thing. Now, if we want to talk about that Taurus Pisces energy, it was the Pisces girl that kind of always pushed me to the wayside whenever she would get a man, and she would always kind of diss me and like treat me like I was, you know, irrelevant. But, you know, Pisces love their mates more than their friendships, and then when their relationship ends, they want to come back and be friends again. Like, bitch, no, you on your own. Just be honest with her and straight up, and if she can't hang, then she can't hang, and you, my friend, are gonna have to find some new friends. How about that? This one is titled Bum Friend. Hey Bo, love your channel, your content, and your whole vibe. Use a whole move, bitch. Thank you very much. I appreciate the love. Keep me anonymous, please. So I'm 25 and recently met a friend in university, and we got tight pretty quick. She's a really cool girl, but I noticed some qualities that I don't really like. For starters, she's really passive and sometimes gets an attitude out of nowhere. Cancel the bitch. I can't do that. That's what I can't do. I really just can't. That's not a thing for me. Our other friends are always trying to figure out what her problem is, but I don't care. I got classes to study for, as you shouldn't. You shouldn't care, okay? We don't have time for bitches like she and her, okay? No. Plus, we're all around the same age. If someone did something to upset you, why can't you just say it? Listen, Linda, listen, is she younger than you? I had the same issue with a friend that was literally a year younger than me, and like, I didn't understand it. I've always been more mature than I was. Like, when I was born, I was literally like 40. I was born at 40, okay? So, I had a friend that was so immature, and if I said something that rubbed her the wrong way or did something, she wouldn't address it. She would literally like not talk to me and then expect me to figure it the fuck out. Like, bitch, we joke around, you know, this is what we do. Why would you take offense? You know I'm a jokey bitch. Like, you know I don't take nothing seriously. Like, you know what I mean? So why wouldn't you say to me that I got you in your feelings, you know? Get your little Joe Louis ass out of here. Like, I can't deal with people like that. Comes a time when you become a certain age and you stop putting up with dumb high school shit. Okay? And at 25, that was me. I was like, I ain't got the time, bitch. I'm pregnant. I got things to worry about. You over here boo-hooing and high and acting like your situation's all serious and it's not. Like, and expect me to figure it out. Like, no, I have other things to worry about. I'm not over here chasing you down. You're not my man. Like, you know what I mean? Sorry, I'm ranting. Anyway, it's just, I'm triggered. So a few weeks ago, I posted a party flyer to my story and she messaged me and said she wanted to go. She asked for a ride, so me and my BF picked her up, and I also had another friend with me. We picked them up and I give them their tickets. She does not run the money for it. Well, did you guys talk about that ahead of time? If you guys didn't talk about that ahead of time, then there's that. But if you did talk about it ahead of time and she still didn't give you the money for it, it's happened to the best of us. You live and you learn. Now, my BF bought all the tickets and I was expecting to get his money back, so he starts paging me to page her for his money. Oh no! I hate asking people for money, so I just waited, lol. We went for pizza before the party and my other friend pays for the food. We get to the party and me and my BF and his friends are buying the liquor and we all turn it up. Drinks run out, so my other friend buys and she still has not spent a single dollar. Girl, this is what we're not gonna do. I can't stand a mooching ass bitch. Everything is wrong with this friend of yours. The party's done and we go to get stuff to eat. Me and her alone. We get there and she says she needs to pee and leaves me in the line. I order, get my food, and she still hasn't returned for 15 minutes. She comes back and is raising her voice in the place talking about, so you didn't buy me nothing? Really? Girl, I need a drink, bitch. This bitch ratchet as hell. She ratchet. I know you want to know what I'm drinking. Bitch, it's none of your business. What's in my cup stays in my cup, bitch. That is just too good, man. As if I'm her child or something. Bitch, I just had to zone out and ignore her. Let me tell you something. She would have caught them hands that day, bitch. Now, there was a time before we went to eat and she just left the table with when the bill came. Girl, the ratchicity is high with this one. I need another drink. I side-eyed her for that shit, but I let it slide. A few times when we went to get snacks, she would say she wasn't getting anything and then add stuff when I get to the register. Ma'am, are you her sugar poppy? Like, what is going on here? We're all broke students. I can't afford to pay for stuff like this. What do you think about this behavior? Should I tell her about it or just drop her? Hensie, I feel like if you try to page her about this, she's gonna have an attitude and a stink. I say you just cut that bitch off cold turkey and act like you didn't know the hoe. Be Mariah Carey. I don't even know her. I don't know her. I never knew her. Like, see you never, you know? I can't deal with bitches like this. This is too much. Too much. Okay? We don't need people like this in our life. The kinds of people you don't need in your life are the people that are as following. People that drain your pockets, people that drain your energy, and people that try to drain your penis. Those are the 3 types of people that you don't need in your life. Like, you just don't. We don't need those people. Another anon. Hello. I've been with my boyfriend for 6 months now and we love each other to the point where we both leave our phones unlocked, and when we need to walk away from our phones we always just leave them in front of one another, and we have one another as our phone wallpapers too. Girl, this sounds like the honeymoon stage, honey. It's not gonna last for much longer. Just recently my man was cleaning out his wallet and I happened to see a picture of a girl who I've never seen, which he tucked back into his wallet, and he also had his prom picture too. I didn't say anything about it, but what should I do? Also, we met on POF, child. And he's still has his profile and a Tinder, which he says that he uses it for friends or just bored and looks up profiles. I've met all of his friends too. What should I do? I'm gonna ask you this. Do you think that my man has a Tinder profile that is that he's trying to, you know, make friends off of? Do you think my man has a picture of another bitch in his wallet that ain't his mama or his sister? No. Okay, the answer is no. We don't do that at all. What are you talking about? You can't be meeting these people on the internet, chat. You just can't. First of all, if you meet somebody on POF and you want to continue a relationship with them and you guys get to the point where it's 6 months, I think it's time to delete your profile. I mean, isn't that what you're supposed to do? I think it's a little weird that you don't know who this person is that he tucked into his wallet after being with him for 6 months. I think you should bring it up. If that's something that you're ready to do, bring that shit up and be like, who's the girl in your wallet? Is that your goddaughter? You know, matter of fact, don't give him any ideas onto who you think it might be. Just be like, who's the girl that's in your wallet? I've never seen her before. You never told me about her before. Who's that? And if he has a problem with it, then you know what you need to do. I can't. Y'all be talking to some trifling ass people, honey. Help a sister. Hey, love. So, of course, let me say your vibe is everything. Thank you. Don't gas me now. And I first started watching you when you did the Nordstrom bid, LOL. Woo, child. And eons ago. I've forgiven Nordstrom. I love Nordstrom. I go by K. Anywho, I just need an opinion. So I'm 29, live in Vegas, have no kids, my own spot, a car, a career, etc. Life sounds great, right? It's not. So I've always been a no BS type of person, and I'm realizing it's the reason I don't have many friends. Like, when I realize people are liars or messy or just dumb, I cut them off. Welcome to my life, sister girl. You are not alone, honey. I don't give explanation or ask questions. I just disappear. I'm also this way with guys. The problem is that I end up alone and depressed in the end while they're still enjoying life. So I'm left wondering, damn, am I supposed to just let the BS slide or what? Maybe you're just a little too uptight, you know? Not that you should let BS slide, but sometimes you just kind of have to, like, you know, pre it with one eye open, one eye closed, and just act like you ain't see the shit. Or you're going to keep going through the same cycle of not really having anybody around because you're not really being a forgiving person. Sometimes you can let people fuck up and stay in your life, but you just have to watch them. And, you know, you believe them the first time, of course, you keep your eye on them for the second time. If the second time does occur, then you know what you need to do. Because, you know, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times, fuck the piece out, load the chopper, let it rain on you, okay? So, I think that you have to be a little bit more forgiving. I didn't even get to the end of your email yet, so let me see what you had to say. I moved around a lot as a kid, so it's nothing for me to cut people off since I never was around people long enough to really build those bonds. I have one best friend who I know since I was 11, but she lives in California, but I want a good, real local friend. So what do you think I should do? I'm a Sag, by the way, LOL. Girl, we ain't gonna talk about that. Sagittarius are like this. My mom doesn't have a lot of friends. I think you guys are hard to really like. Nicki Minaj is a Sagittarius, and I feel like right now a lot of people don't like her. You guys are definitely no-nonsense people. My mom is the same way. I know Nikki's the same way, and you're telling me you're a no-nonsense type of person. My mom's the same way. She'll cut you off at the blink of an eye and don't give one damn, you know? She will love you from a distance if she has to. But I think that being alone is no way to live, and I think that at the end of the day, you have to realize, especially when it comes to men, all these finna fuck up. All of them. And I feel like if Jay-Z can cheat on Beyonce, if Will Smith can have a whole ass girlfriend while he's still married to Jada Pinkett, I mean, we gotta just take what we can get at this point, child. Like, obviously you don't want your man to be out here doing the most, let's have a toast, you know, but I think there's levels to the way you handle certain people. And so if you're interested in somebody and you start building a relationship with them and they tell you a little white lie and you're like, what the F, why would you lie to me about something so small? And then you cut them off and you're like, never speak to them again. Well, I mean, people lie. Humans, it's human nature to freaking lie. If people feel like they need to lie, they gonna lie. There's some people that lie blatantly and lie too much, but there's other people that lie, I guess, to protect themselves. For you, I think especially when it comes to building friendships, you have to just go put yourself out there and find somebody genuine that you genuinely click with and that you can kind of trust. I know it's hard, especially being older in your 20s. It's hard to find people that you actually connect with and that are doing the same things you are. Because you're a little bit older, the people in your age group are either having kids or already had kids, or it's hard to find somebody that's able to connect with you on that same level because you are established, you live in Vegas. I want to come to Vegas. Come stay at your house, girl. And people that are 29 and like established like you are, there's a small group of you and you have to find those same people that you could connect with and relate to, acquainted with those kind of people, because the other people that are in your age group, you're gonna find that they are running off and engaged and getting married and stuff, and that's not where you are right now. And you don't have to be. That's the thing. Like, that's not obviously where your life path has led you to, so you don't have to feel like you should be there with those people. Everybody moves at their own pace. Like, when your friend's buying a house doesn't mean you have to buy a house too, or that you are going to be able to buy a house too. When your friend gets pregnant, you don't have to be pregnant too. What kind of shit is that? Everybody moves at their own pace. And so I think you just need to, go to the library, child. Go to places that you enjoy and strike up conversations with random people and exchange your numbers and go out for coffee and stuff. Like, my mom still just be meeting people at like her little swimming thing, and she goes out for coffee with them and she tries to make friends because this is home now. She lives here in Ottawa now. She doesn't live in Toronto anymore, so she has to get acquainted with people where she's at. And I think it's important for you to do that. So maybe you should pick up like a yoga class or a spin class or something like that and try to get to know the women around you and link up with some bad bitches. If I lived in Vegas, I would be your friend, girl. But I definitely think you should go a little easier on the people around you and not be so quick to cut them off, because at the end of the day, as humans, we know that another human is not perfect and another human is going to upset us, whether it be intentional or not intentional. You can't go into relationships, whether it's friendships or intimate relationships with people, with expectations, because that's when you're going to be let down. Go into things open-minded, but don't ever expect anything from whoever it is you are pursuing, whether it's a friendship or a relationship. Girl, somebody's out here signing my email up for all kinds of jobs and stuff. Like, why? And it's UK. Somebody in the UK has literally taken my email and has signed me up for weird stuff like Rent-A-Center and Pandora Jewelry, Rulala, Fish for Jobs, Indeed. Like, this is literally my Botox email, so I didn't use it for something like this. Like, I don't use it for anything. But I'm getting so many, like, university stuff. Like, I get weird emails, you guys. Whoever did that, fuck you. Your mom's a hoe. Before I start, yes, I know how you feel about people that have casual sex. How do I feel about people that have casual sex? I don't give a fuck. So I hope you don't read this and tell me to close my legs or whatever, or anything. Slut shaming. I don't give a fuck about who is having casual sex and who isn't. Do I think sex should be between two people that are in love? And, do I think it's something really intimate? Yes. But I've had a friend with benefits before. I've had a one-night stand. If you are sexually fluid, that's your business, bitch, not mine. I don't care what people do with their coochie, so please. I respect your views, but that won't help me in this case. I think I'm misread, so I think you don't really know, missus. So I'm 20 years old. When I was in high school, I was a school thought. To be honest, I was in a rough place mentally, and I had a bad home life. My mother always chose men over me and my siblings, and watching her receive so much attention from men made me crave it. I was about to say, I think your mom's ways definitely projected onto you, and now you're living the same way she was. So I started having sex at 14. Word spread, and so did rumors and all this stuff about me. I've never had a boyfriend because I was ran through. I had sex maybe 20 times freshman year and 30 sophomore. In junior year, I went celibate because my mental health was so bad I couldn't even attend school. But my reputation was ruined. Everyone hated me. I knew boys with more bodies than me, and no one cared. It's not fair how I was ostracized just because I'm a girl. I got tested after every time, and I'm clean. I've been on birth control since I was 13, so no pregnancy scares. Senior year, when I returned from doing online school junior year, I was a completely new person. I've always been smart, so senior year, I did community college classes instead of attending high school normally through a program my school did. There I met this boy and I had the biggest crush, but he didn't even bother to look at me because I was a slut. This ruined my self-esteem. Everyone in my area knows me as this hoe. I wish they knew how low I thought of myself freshman and sophomore year. I have been celibate since then. Yeah, for the past 4 years I haven't even masturbated, yet people attach that to my image. You see why you have to be careful. This is the prime example of why you can't just be out here willy-nilly. Because people are gonna see you a certain way and they're going to make you feel a certain way when that really shouldn't be the case, because whatever you decide to do with your hoo-ha is between you and the good Jesus the Lord, you know? And honestly, it's for nobody to judge. And so when you are like this, when you're ready for it, there's gonna be grown men that aren't gonna give a fuck, you know, because they shouldn't. Anything that's happened in your past is your past. The people that think they know you or that are associating your sexual habits with you as a person are wrong, because just because you were out there being super fluid and super open with your sex, it doesn't mean that that's who you are as a person. And people have to learn to separate certain things from people, because as a person, we're really like onions where we have a bunch of different layers. I'm not just out here Susie the sex kitten, you know what I mean? Like, that's not who you are. Anyway, fast forward to now and nothing has changed. What should I do? How can I change people's perspectives of me? Boys try to have sex with me, and when I turn them down because I'm celibate, and yes, I do tell them, they still call me a hoe. I'm not who I was then. I'm at my wit's end and want to die, literally. Oh, no, sis, like, come on. Fuck everybody. That's how I feel about it. Like, people are always ready to point the finger like they haven't done fucked up shit before. Everybody has done fucked up shit. Like, the same girls that are looking at you and saying that you're a slut, this and that, they probably done fucked a whole bunch of niggas themselves. Just nobody knows about it. You know what I mean? They were quiet about it. They didn't do things with a lot of people in the school maybe, but they did a lot of things with a lot of people in other parts of the city. Your sex life is really and truly nobody's business but yours and whoever you're gonna have sex with. Because at the end of the day, if you're clean and you take care of yourself, what you've done in your past really shouldn't matter. This is where we have to be careful with how we are perceived and what's said about us and what we do when we're young. Because it always almost comes back to haunt us or bite us because we weren't careful enough, you know, we were careless. The reason that you feel low and stuff is because the other people that you've let inside you, that you've let enter those walls, they're just like you, where they have layers and layers and layers of deep shit going on, and some of those spirits are not good spirits, you know. Some of the people that you may have laid down with have tainted spirits and you've now twisted them into your spirit. And so you are going to feel down and low, and this is something you're going to have to go to therapy about, because it's deeper than you emailing me here at Botox. You have to get help for yourself. I can't help you, you know, the whole way. I can only tell you what I think. And I ain't certified, bitch. I'm a nobody. I've been telling you guys. But I don't feel like you should really be so hard on yourself, because you're a person just like everybody else in this world, and you have made mistakes, and you know you've made mistakes. The important thing is that you live and you grow through those mistakes and don't repeat the same things that you've done, which you obviously are not going to do that, because you see how badly it can be for you. I'm definitely going to be praying for you, because I feel like, first of all, you can never have too much prayer happening. But secondly, I just feel that you are trying to live your best life and you're being hindered, and I don't feel like you deserve to be hindered. And I think it's just, yeah. If I were put in your position, I think if it got to that point where I still feel like everybody was judging me, I would literally make a public statement, because I wouldn't know what else to do. I would literally be like, when I was in this grade, this is what was going on in my life, and this is how I was coping with it. When I was in this grade, the same thing was happening. Just the same way you emailed me, I would kind of put myself out there like that. And people, even though people are super cold and a lot of the times can be evil, I feel like if you do put yourself out there and let yourself be vulnerable, people will show you compassion and be like, you know what? I'm sorry I ever said anything. I'm sorry I ever called you a slut or a hoe. You know what I mean? You're not that. You're more than that. And I mean, that could go really right or really wrong. People can literally come and comment and be like, shut the f up, ho. Maybe you should post it on your Instagram where you can turn the comments off. Post it somewhere where you can turn the comments off. And I think that people will be receptive to that, because if there's one thing that humans love to see, it's growth. I personally love to see people evolve and change and be better than they were even just yesterday. And so I really commend you for even emailing me and like opening up to me. I wish you the best. I think that you should be praying a little bit. And even if you're not religious, girl, talk to God. Even if you're not a believer like that, talk to God. Tell him Bougie sent you. I'll put a good word in for you too, sis. I think you need to forgive yourself. I feel like you have tried, or you are trying to forgive yourself, but you're not all the way there yet. And I think you need to forgive yourself for what you feel you've done wrong in your life. And once you forgive yourself, people will also start to forgive you. You could always just move to a new city where nobody knows who the F you are and start over new. That's what a lot of people do. A lot of girls, even girls that I knew growing up, if they got that slut title, they would literally just go to a different school and hope for the best and start over, you know? I think you're out of school now, but you can still start over. You can still live a prosperous life. So don't be too hard on yourself. I'm sending so much love your way. And that is it. That is it for this Botox. I know I haven't done Botox in a while, and I truly did miss you guys. I love giving you guys advice. The email is in the description box. I'll try to do more Botox in August, because I obviously didn't do any for since I don't even know when the last Botox was. I don't know if it was June or May. Either way, I haven't done any for July, so I'm gonna try to do a couple more in August. And yeah, I love you all so much, and I'll definitely see you in the next one.